People think a biker needs to be macho, need to be a tomboy. To have a t-shirt on, roll it up, and then, you know, always be like a boy. The exact word for the biker is a tomboy. I am Maral Yazarloo. I'm an Iranian woman, and I've traveled the world on my bike. Biking for me is not just being dirty and rugged, and biking for me is an attitude. Coming from Iran, which the women are not allowed to ride a motorbike, I never been able to ride a bike before I moved to India. When I came to India, I was a student here, and a friend of mine had a Royal Enfield 350. And I sat on a bike and he said, "Get off my bike." And I was just like, "Why?" And then he was like, "Because you never sit on a bike before." And that really hurt my ego, and I asked him to tell me how I can actually ride this bike. And he told me, like, you have to kick it. Then he said, you can hold the clutch. Then he said, you can do this and that. And I could connect my information of being a good driver to being a good cyclist on the bike, and I rode it, and I rode for around 100 meters, and I stopped, and I came back to him, and I said, if I want to do something, I will. And that was actually the first time ever I sat on a bike. After buying my first Harley, I got crazy after the bike. Then I bought my second one, Nitro Special, and that was Fatboy Special. Then I was Ducati Diavol, and after that, when I started thinking about going around the world on a bike, I really needed a bike which can take me to all over these countries and less trouble, less technical issue or maintenance. And I started asking everybody about the bikes, and the bike that I came to was a BMW GS. 15th of March 2017, packed my bag, put it on the bike, was around 5 o'clock in the morning. And in that moment, I still remember when I was looking at my bags, I was like, am I ready to go? Because when you leave for a week, for a month, for 2 months, is understandable. But if you want to leave for 1.5 years, who can say what exactly you need? My entire journey was not based on anybody helping me or having a backup car or someone to do the booking for me or managing the borders. And I had to decide where I want to stop, what is the next location and everything. And I started thinking about, okay, where I'm gonna go next. I didn't have any fixed plan, and my plan was starting with the sunrise, waking up in the sunrise, start packing my tent, packing my stuff, sitting on a bike and ride whole day. Each and every moment of my ride was a story by itself. I got rain all over the world. That was some story of me and the rain. And everybody from that area used to say, we never used to get rain in this time. Is that the early rain or the late rain? But there was something to do with me and the rain and my journey. I was riding in Africa, and that was around the sunset, and I was trying to find a place that I can put my tent. The road was full of potholes, and the weather got dark. In Africa, when it get dark, in that particular stretch, there was not a single human being moving around on the road. And then suddenly, I hit the really bad pothole, and I heard And I was like, holy crap. The only light was on the road was my bike light. It went to the board which was front of me, and the board was saying, guess what? Wild animal zone and do not stop. There is no chance I could put my tent up, and I had to go. I said, I take a chance, ride my bike for another 60 kilometers, whatever kilometers that I can reach the village. When you don't have a front wheel, you get so much of shake and everything. That day I figured out about the muscles that I have, and I never ever knew about it because I had pain head to toe. I immediately contact next day to the BMW, and they said it's gonna cost 1,500 euros and it's gonna take a month minimum because I'm middle of nowhere. I didn't have 1,500 euros, neither I had a month. And I was like, I've done over 200,000 kilometers in my entire bike journey over 5-6 years. I'm not the only one who go and hit the pothole. I figured that out, contact the local bikers there, find out the people. I found the address which they said is around 200 kilometers before. I found a mini van which take passengers up and down to different villages. I look at the guy, I said, is that your chair? You can take it out. They are pulling me with this car. They already did 30 kilometers. They want to pull me for another 20 kilometers. We went 200 kilometers back and reached the place and the shop. I went with a sad face to the guy and said, can you fix my rim? The guy looked at me and said, are you joking? The guy took from the floor a rim, the car rim, which was cut in half. And they hold it and said, I fixed this. Till today, I ride my bike with the same fixed rim which I've done it in Africa. I am a daughter, a wife, and a mother. One of the most difficult parts of starting a ride was leaving my loved one behind, was my family, and was the guy that I was dating before I leave. And this gentleman flew to 15 countries every month to spend over a couple of days or over a weekend with me. We did a wedding in Secret Valley, followed by Machu Picchu. I designed my wedding gown through WhatsApp online, and one day after the wedding, I was back on a bike. An Iranian woman live in India, leave for a world ride for 1.5 years, travel to 7 continents, 64 countries, start single, got married, and finished the ride over 6 months and a week pregnant, which is never heard of. When she was around 4 or 5 months, I remember anytime that was bumpy, she used to kick me, and she used to kick really hard, and I was like, okay, it's a bumpy road, it's not my fault. And the conversation was going on and on with me and her. I set an example that nothing is impossible if you really want to achieve it. When I started the ride, I was getting messages from all the Iranian women that how they really wanted to get on a bike and ride. And I started a campaign for Iranian women, and I promised them that after traveling to 7 continents and as many countries that I can, I enter Iran and ask authorities to give me permission to ride. I got to the border, I gave my passport, they said, you Iranian? I said, yes I am. They said, you're on a bike? I said, yes I am. They took me aside and they asked me different questions about my ride, and with the biggest smile, they gave me permission as a first Iranian woman to enter Iran officially on a motorbike. I want to finish my riding stories with this. There is no force, but if she becomes a rider, she needs to be on her own bike, and we need to do this journey of 40 countries, which I was pregnant with her again, And that time, I want to stop in the same places that I stopped, put my tent up, had food, but this time with my daughter who is on her bike now. And that's going to be the story and the next dream for me to finish the chapter.